dark, solid state and true timber, as well as
It's noticeable to me that when I use a 4K mouse, it just feels more responsive.
you can go as fast as you can without trying to go on. Alright, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the channel here. Today is something different. We're doing a microphone review. Now, I know last time I said I will probably never be doing another microphone review.
But guess what? I
Trick of the Irish! I lied, you!
Recently, there has been quite a bit of videos made regarding the Fifine AM8 here by other peripheral reviewers in the community, including the bro Pistachio. Shout out to a fellow New Zealand brother. Check him out in his video if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So Fifine is a brand from China specializing in affordable microphones and things to do with content creation. You know, headphones, interfaces, and that kind of stuff. These days, we really do have a lot of Chinese brands popping up in every field regarding tech and peripherals, but it's always good to see them bringing out more competition to the others. The AM8 here is their newest release, currently going for $50 US. You can find this via Fifine's own website or available on Amazon. The price is extremely low for a microphone of this size if you were to compare it to others around on the market, so I do think this is definitely worth the consideration. The microphone comes packaged nicely inside this cardboard box. Inside the box, you get an instruction manual, a base for sitting it onto your desk, and the microphone itself, as well as the USB A to C cable. So simple packaging without a lot of extras. The microphone itself is very well built, and it comes in at what I'd consider medium weight. It shouldn't be too heavy and dense while shaped like a bomb, like the Bare Dynamic Fox USB here does, but it also feels extremely sturdy and well built. Now, the microphone itself is attached to this handle. I've tried to unscrew it off, but it didn't come right off towards the end and I was scared I'd break something when reaching the end and if I kept unscrewing it, so I haven't tried to actually deattach it. Now, the screw mechanisms on both sides is to tighten the microphone so it stops spinning on the handle once you find the correct angle that you want it at. Now, the bottom of the handle is a generic screw-on, so you can pick between using the desk-placed stand or a boom arm. It should be compatible with all standard modern arms. So the microphone itself features a touch indicator for controlling the RGB lighting, and you can cycle through RGB or single color mode just by tapping on the part itself, or hold for 3 seconds to turn off RGB for those of you that don't like RGB. Now, similarly, the front of the microphone also features a one-touch mute button. So just by tapping on that, you can mute the mic. The microphone itself features dual connectivity, so you have USB-C or you have XLR for those of you that do have an interface. The pop filter is also very large and nicely built where you can remove it easily to clean it whenever you like. Now on the bottom of the microphone, you also do get a headphone jack. This is a standard 3.5mm. But as usual, I will not recommend using this microphone as your DAC amp and plugging headphones into it because circuitry design is usually quite poor in these microphones. Unfortunately, I don't have any sensitive IEMs to test the noise floor anymore, but I can confirm there is more than enough power to make most headphones run at a decent volume, though sound quality is a different story. The microphone only has one gain setting as well, so the volume control knob on the microphone is your only option to control volume other than software control. The range on the microphone also isn't the best. I do consider this as one of those mics where you will need to keep it near your mouth instead of being able to place it a little bit further away. There isn't much else for me to introduce regarding the microphone. You also do have the headphone volume control if you were to plug one in there. So with everything said, let's just give it a sound test because that's the most important thing. Alright. So as you guys can see right now, I am talking into the Fifine AM8 at a relatively close distance. Now, one thing to note is that I am recording this passage via Windows camera instead of OBS, and there is probably a bit of compression going into it, but that should be the case with any microphone and software that the average gamer will use. So aside from this regular sound test of the microphone, we're also going to test the pop filter and the range of the microphone. So currently, I have the microphone itself on max volume via the knob on the microphone, as well as Windows microphone volume also maxed out. Now with my face pretty close to the microphone, as you guys can all see, the sound quality is quite good, and I think the microphone does a pretty good job at capturing all that it should. The range, however, isn't the best, as you can hear quite a bit of volume and quality reduction as I move further away and speak to you guys from this distance. So I do think this is one of those microphones where you will need to keep it directly in front of your mouth at all times, whether that be on the tabletop or on a boom arm over here. Now as for the pop filter, I'll now be repeating pop into the microphone at a closer range with the filter on. So pop, 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 pop. Right? And now, removing the filter, we can try that again. Pop, 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 pop. So that will be the end of the video. Thanks to Fifine for sending this microphone out to me. Whether it's for you or not, that's for you guys to decide. But like I always say, if you're just playing games, doing content creation, the microphone really isn't something you should stress too much over, and as long as you have something that doesn't sound absolutely horrendous and it works, then just stick with that. If you're doing music, that's another story, but I'm not here to tell you guys what to do for music, not even I know what that's the case. And so do your own research. I do think for $50 US, this is quite good value proposition.